I am John Connolly. I'm currently NASA's head of human Mars mission planning. So I have a small team working for me that's looking at how we get humans out to Mars at some point in the future when all the cylinders align. And we have a design reference architecture that we always keep current, which is NASA's best estimate right now of how we would take people from Earth out to the Red Planet. In 1993, I received a call from one of the ISU department chairs asking me if I would put together a few lectures on space systems engineering. And I did, and I was invited to come to the SSP in Huntsville, Alabama that year, and I delivered those lectures, and ISU has been calling me ever since. So since 1993, I've been a faculty member at ISU. So I've been teaching at ISU for over 25 years. The one thing that remains constant is how amazing the participants are. I come to ISU every year not only to teach, but to recharge my own batteries, because when I meet up with the participants every year, it constantly amazes me how much enthusiasm they have for doing good things in space. And that's important to me, to see that year after year, that there's still this not only interest, but this hunger for making space something really, really special. And we're seeing more and more now as ISU people go out into the working world and they're rising up the ranks of their companies and their space agencies. They're making a real difference in what's going on in space. So ISU doesn't just promote space education, they promote big picture space education. And that's why they're important, and that's why they're different than other universities that teach aerospace engineering or some of the programs similar to ISU. ISU is really about taking the participants and giving them this fire hose feeding of information and experiences that lets them see the big picture, how everything fits together. It's not just engineering, it's not just science, but it's the humanities, and it's the legal part, it's the business part. You know, it's all the things that make space work. And when you come out of ISU, you have that big picture perspective. And those are the kind of people we need. And you don't need thousands of those kind of people. You need a couple hundred a year of the kind of people with that big picture perspective, who know how all the pieces of the space world are stitched together and how to make it work, and that it's an international thing, and that it's an intercultural thing, and that it takes all the disciplines working together. And that's what makes ISU unique, and that's what's made it sustain over the years. Back in 1998, we tried this experiment out as part of the engineering department to put together a rocketry program that used the fundamentals of systems engineering to design and build a rocket. So it was really meant to teach systems engineering, just happened to be that a rocket was the end product. And then we made a competition out of it. So we've been doing the rocketry competition every year since 1998, and we've launched rockets in over a dozen countries around the world. And it's been amazing, the response, because it's become, from basically a very simple beginning, one of the feature things we do as part of the SSP. So every year, our rocket competition tries to incorporate some part of the local culture. And this year, we're launching a fragile payload, which is a chicken egg, but also, in addition to that, a non-fragile payload that represents the local culture. And this year, it's a Dutch wooden shoe, a klompen. And so we have a chicken egg, a wooden shoe, a altimeter, and a flag that has to be flown as the vehicle comes down. So there's multiple requirements for the rocket this year. And so if everything goes successfully, you should see a rocket go up in the air, go to about 125 meters altitude, parachute comes out, flag is deployed, flag of the Netherlands or your favorite team that may have just won the World Cup. And it brings the egg and the shoe and the altimeter back without any damage.